1364.
Hello, this is Alexandra Sauter.
Hello, Alexandra. This is Kelly, head athletic trainer at University of Mount Union. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm sitting here with our search committee. I've got Rachel Cummings, our clinical education coordinator, Jack Healy, our graduate assistant athletic trainer, and Isaiah Mask and Corey Delaney, two of our assistant athletic trainers. We were just hoping we could ask you a few questions.
Yeah, go for it.
Why don't we start off? Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm from Avon, Ohio. I've been around sports my entire life. I fell in love with the game of basketball in high school. I love the atmosphere of a team and what the dynamic that brings. I'm currently a student at Mount Union. I found my passion for athletic training through my own personal injury. The relationship I built with my athletic trainer at home made me fall in love with the profession. I applied for this position because I think it'll help me grow for the future clinically, professionally, and personally. And I want to further my experience and continue to learn new skills every single day.
That was a very well thought out response. We might be out of questions now.
Hey, Alexandra, tell me about your education and how it's prepared you for this profession.
So, my education, we went through classes like modalities, rehab. We practice evaluations every day in the clinic when athletes come in with injuries. Anatomy, obviously, with the muscles and the bones and everything, learning that. So, these past 4 years have helped me a lot, and I'm pretty confident coming in this profession.
Tell me how others would describe you.
What? Sorry.
Tell me how other people would describe you.
I would say a hard worker, committed. I take initiative in every aspect. I love helping others, and I'm someone that can be relied on.
All right. And what would you say your strengths are?
I would say communication. It's also a weakness too because it can always be improved on every single day. My organization skills, time management, and life balance with playing basketball and with clinicals in class in college has helped me kind of schedule everything out a week in advance and make sure that I have time to get to everything. And then again, communicating with my preceptors, teammates, coaches, professors, and then critical thinking too.
On the other end of things, where do you feel like you can improve? What do you think some of your weaknesses are?
I would say hands-on in the clinic. I'm very hard on myself. If I make a mistake, I kind of dwell on it a little bit. I second guess my answers a lot, even when I do know them. And like I said, communication can always be improved.
Provide us with an example of how you've had to solve a problem in the past and how you handled it.
So I would say sophomore year, we had 4 people working track, which a lot of athletes on track, and then 2 students ended up dropping out. So it was just 2 of us working track. So just kind of committing and like communicating with my preceptor and always trying to help her out and everything like that. Just taking that initiative and building my confidence in that situation.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe the best boss that you've had?
How would I describe the best boss? Someone that communicates back to me when I communicate with them. Someone who challenges me every single day. If I ask them a question and they don't know it, they go look it up themselves and they get back to me. And just kind of being personable and being serious in the workplace, but also making it fun.
How about the worst one you've had?
Worst one I've had. I would say someone that doesn't want to be there every single day. They kind of push everything on you and expect you to do everything for them.
All right. Where do you see yourself in 2 years?
2 years, I see myself. A goal of mine is to get my FMS certification and my CSCS certification because I'm interested in the strength and conditioning side of everything. Yeah,
And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I would say in the college setting. Yeah, in the college setting.
Please provide an example of how you have demonstrated leadership and initiative.
So, being on the basketball team in college, my senior year, I was voted captain, so I have to see during like preseason, we have to run open gyms and like communicating with the coach and telling them what's going on, and then also having teammates come to me and say, like, I'm gonna miss this day, just being that person that they can come and talk to, and just kind of figuring that out.
I see on your resume that you assisted with an emergency during a Friday night football game.
Yeah.
Could you expand on that a little bit?
So we were at an away football game, and we were on the sideline, and the play came too close, and the player ended up actually hitting one of the flag holders for the first down markers, and he like hurt his hamstring, and he said he was fine, everything like that. We kept an eye on him for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he started saying he was dizzy, couldn't see straight, felt like he was gonna pass out. So we ended up having to sit him down. And my preceptor at the time was with him, and she looked at me. She said, "Please go get the EMS." And then in that situation, EMS was not where they told us they were going to be. So I ended up having to pretty much run and find EMS myself and bring them over to that person to help them.
Alex, I see on your resume that you're also a lifeguard. How do you think that can help you in your athletic training career?
Yes. So I've been a lifeguard since I was 15. Never actually had to make a save, thank God. But I think it'll help me because it always keeps me alert and on my toes when I was at a pool, just watching for little kids running around or that one swimmer that's always weaker than the other. So I think it'll just keep me on my toes and ready for any situation that could happen.
Talk to me a little bit about. I see this research that looks like you're currently involved in. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes. So we are doing. It's about compare or finding the correlation between the functional movement screening in men's and women's basketball players. So what we're doing is we are putting them through the FMS, which is 7 tests of functional screening. It looks at mobility and strength of certain joints within those tests. And we just want to see if it correlates with injuries that they may sustain during the season.
Alexandra, what's your relationship to Mr. James O'Leary?
Yes, he was my athletic trainer in high school. So he's the one that helped me through my injury when I was hurt, and he's the one that pretty much made me fall in love with the profession.
Mrs. Sonia Werland's the only AT on your references that you've worked with as a preceptor?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she's my advisor. I've never really worked with her in the clinical setting, though.
Do you think you'd be able to provide us with some additional references, maybe some preceptors you've worked with in the past that could vouch for your skills?
For sure.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
So, I do have a couple. Why do you guys enjoy working at Mount Union? What is the best thing there?
I just really love the small school atmosphere of it all. the chance that you get to have to kind of form friendships and relationships, not only within the athletic training department, but all the coaches around. I primarily worked with the football team, but I get to know the basketball coaches, and the softball, volleyball coaches. Everyone's always a smiling, friendly face. And you just get a chance to kind of be able to connect with them on a level that's different than working kind of in any other collegiate setting, I feel like.
Okay.
I'd have to say my coworkers is why I love working here. We're kind of like a tight-knit family. We're always there for each other. I work with Isaiah, and I can say he's pretty much my best friend inside of work and outside of work. So we're always laughing. We come up we work in a separate athletic training room, but we'll come up here for lunch and kind of touch base with everybody else during lunch, and then I don't know, it's just a great atmosphere to work in.
Nice.
For me personally, I'm an alumni, so kind of coming back here, it's always been home. So coming back to this atmosphere and getting to work in this environment, kind of giving back to where I came from, it's really important to me. And I can echo off what the guys just said. I mean, it is working with people that you enjoy working with, and being in the small community, you get to kind of know everybody, and everybody kind of knows everybody on this campus, which I think is always a perk for a small community like that.
Any other questions for us, Alexandra?
What does the work day look like?
That this position would be working within our zone of coverage. So with the graduate assistants, we generally have them come in. They'll start off in the afternoon and help with practice coverage or game coverage throughout the day. So it's more of a shift style, where that person's more likely to be in from like 3 to 6 or 7, as opposed to here all day.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Any other questions?
No, that's it.
Well, thank you so much for your time this morning, and we will be in touch.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Bye-bye.